gotta get the practice.
Okay, now we're.
All right, so I call to order this meeting of the Orange Township Zoning Commission held this Tuesday, November 21st.
Mr. Bellis.
Here.
Mr. Pierce.
Here.
Ms. Foster.
Here.
Mr. Abadadua.
Here.
Sorry, let me try to figure out, turn this recorder on just in case our other recorder fails. Okay, so our first order of business is to amend our ZoneCo contract. So ZoneCo, as you may or may not recall, is our consultant for zoning code rewrite that we're doing. So we're kind of getting into the final stages of that. So that basically we've been doing this for the past year and a half. Essentially, we hit the magic number of not to exceed for the contract. So in order for us to keep paying the bills to them, we need to have this contract amended. To approve that, the money has already been appropriated by the township trustees, so everything is good to go. But because the zoning commission was the one who originated the zoning code rewrite, the contract is between the zoning commission and ZoneCo, so we need your approval to officially amend the contract so that we can keep paying them. So you do have a copy of the amendment, and then attached to that is a scope of services in Exhibit A. So 2.12, essentially ZoneCo has already done, and then we've budgeted for some additional time with them for edits as we go through the process with you and the trustees and regional planning and so on and so forth. So that's essentially that. So ZoneCo is estimating $17,000 for the rest of the project. We have budgeted $25,000 just in case there's any overages depending on how smoothly things go. But that is about all I have on that. Are there any questions?
Okay, so the cost that's budgeted is 25,000, but the maximum that they can go up to is the 110?
So it's
confused about.
So it's 93,000 was the original agreement, and then they have bumped that up $17,000. So that's where that discrepancy is. But just for if we go over the $17,000 additional, we would need to amend the contract again. But just in case, in terms of our township budget for next year, we've appropriated above and beyond that. We don't think that'll be necessary, but always good to have contingency.
Okay.
And the cushion is up to the 25,000.
Correct.
And this will complete the project. This is the last phase, the last phase.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. And just for a refresher memory, I'm not sure if we ever talked about it, but what caused them to have to go up initially in the first place? I mean, was there something unique that happened?
It was just kind of the length of time. I mean, we've spent a year and a half literally as staff going through everything. We did do 2 public engagements, so we did 2 open houses, which was more than what we had planned for initially. Just trying to capture as much public feedback as we could. So ZoneCo helped us prepare materials and had staff present for both the open houses, so that incurred a fair amount of cost as well.
Okay. All right.
There is one more open house coming that they are not going to.
I think that's the plan, yeah. So, and it won't be quite an open house, but as we kind of get ready to enact the new code, we'll do more of like an informational session. Like the previous open houses, it was more like, okay, what do you want to see in a new zoning code? And this will be more of a presentation than give us feedback.
You might have more feedback this time because you're presenting that.
Possibly.
Because it will be a big public announcement, yes.
Exactly.
We are planning to put the zoning code on our website and make it publicly available for everybody so we can get feedback that way without having an actual event.
Got it. Okay.
Robin, is that why that open house is not in the estimate?
Right, because we had discussed this with Zone Co, and we kind of felt that, you know, our public engagement at this point, we can kind of do ourselves as township staff without their involvement. They may help us prepare some materials, but they won't be actually present.
The appropriated amount is 25, but you're requesting only 17.
Correct.
Go on.
No, just real quick, when was the first amendment done?
So it was before I came on board, so it was at least 2 years ago.
Okay.
I think it was very early in the process. It must have been, I think, late 2020.
Quickly, okay.
Okay, so it looks like there are a couple of meetings where Zone Code will not be involved, and then Zone Code will be involved when they present before the zoning commission and before the trustees. So we'll be able to discuss any issues with them.
Yep.
And then, of course, they'll incorporate comments or what have you. Okay.
I calculated the number of hours versus the cost, so around $200 an hour, is that?
Yeah.
What?
And so we do have, I put together a resolution or a motion that you should have in your packet there to authorize Christine to sign it on behalf of the zoning commission.
I make a motion to approve the second amendment to Zone Co contract as presented and to authorize Christine Davis to sign on behalf of the Orange Township Zoning Commission.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Foster, seconded by Ms. Pierce. Those voting, Ms. Trevellis,
Yes.
Mr. Pierce,
Yes.
Ms. Foster,
Here.
Mr. Lamadrima.
Yes.
Motion carries. All right, so I emailed out the draft zoning resolution to you a few weeks ago. Obviously, that's a very dense document. I'm sure all of you have read all 300 pages already. So if you want to talk about it tonight, we can. Otherwise, you know, I know we're getting into holiday season and everybody's busy. I would like to meet with each of you one-on-one if possible at some point, just to kind of go over things, you know, see where we are. If you have any comments before we launch into the official adoption process. Obviously, you know, when we adopt the new code, it will be the same as any zoning change where it comes before you to make a recommendation to the Board of Township Trustees, and you'll be able to give official input at that point. But as much as we can get things hammered out before then, so much the better. So
When do we anticipate that date to be where?
So we're hoping to kind of kick things off in January. So we would submit to Delaware County Regional Planning first in January, and then that would mean that zoning commission meetings would be in February. So we have kind of December and preferably in December, but possibly into January for us to meet one-on-one and kind of talk about things.
Got it.
So if, you know, and I'm flexible with my schedule, whatever works for you guys, you know, if it's coffee in the morning or lunch, or if you want to come into the office, have a meeting, do a Zoom call, have a cold beverage after work, I'm open to any and all things.
I like that.
The cold beverage.
Maybe meet instead of one-on-one. I would suggest meeting as a group so that.
As well. So, and obviously, so we can meet with, you know, the whole group. It has to be a public meeting, or we can do kind of the informal meetings where we meet with just two of you. If it's only two of you, then it doesn't have to be a public meeting. So,
Yeah, I was going to mention that if it's the whole group.
Yeah.
It would have to be a public.
and if that's your preference to kind of have a work session and go over it as a, you know, a whole commission, that's fine with me. I just need to know this so we can get it set up.
Maybe we do that two-story and then we still can meet as a whole group to just kind of
Yeah.
hatch whatever we thought so that other people can hear the ideas and that sort of stuff and then kind of work through that.
Yeah, all right. Well, I can maybe, we'll get through the rest of this week and I can send out some potential dates for that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that would be best. And then, I'll have to check and see, you might need to resend that link to somebody.
Okay, sure, yeah.
After we schedule the date, so everyone has like a fresh copy.
Yeah, I can also, if you guys want physical copies, then I can print those out.
That would be very helpful.
I prefer physical copies.
Same.
I'm still old fashioned like that, so if that's something we could do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then even if we can't make the meetings or someone can't make the meeting, they can give you the physical copy with their notes.
Yeah.
And you'll have a record of input. So I think that will work. So yeah, look at the next dates. I know we're rapidly approaching the Christmas holiday.
Yes, we are.
And get things tidied up, I guess, probably by early January to move forward.
Hopefully.
Okay. So yeah, I think it'd be best if we sort of, on this rapidly approaching Thanksgiving holiday, if we postpone the draft resolution discussion until after
Yep.
Thanksgiving.
Works for me.
All right. Sounds like everybody's in agreement with that.
Yes.
Yes.
It looks like, Robin, you also have the 2024 meeting schedule.
So that just needs a simple motion to approve, unless anybody has any edits. We have 2 meetings in most months except for November and December, and then also in August, just because that's back to school time, so we know there's plenty going on at that time. And obviously, we don't have meetings every time. It's only when, as needed, when there's something on the agenda.
There are a few dates that I'll not be able to.
Okay, yeah, if you can just, if you know that in advance and let me know, then that's fine.
We'll be out of country, so.
That's fine. I don't know all my dates yet either, but it should be doable.
Yeah.
So we have to have an official vote to approve it?
We do.
Okay. Am I allowed to set forth the motion to approve the zoning commission schedule for 2024? Then I so move.
Second.
And I second. And I second it.
Mr. Bellis,
Yes?
Mr. Pierce,
Yes.
Ms. Foster,
Yeah.
Mr. Vonaduma.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now, I didn't print out physical copies, but I believe for advance of last week's meeting, I sent out the previous meeting minutes. So if you had a chance to review those and feel comfortable approving them, then great, or we can punt them to next time.
I have not reviewed them since I did not think I would be at the meeting to review them. I'll be honest.
You want a chance to?
Y'all can approve them without me.
Yeah.
The 3 of you make a quorum. Does anybody have a physical copy of those?
Right here. I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pass it down.
All right, if you pass it down, then I can take a quick look at it.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, that was, I remember,
Quite discussion.
yeah.
Session.
It's there, it's okay.
No, they're not big. They're not.
Is this for the cluster home community also?
Yes.
I kind of like that noise. Okay.
All right, I'll pass them back.
That was you making that contribution.
Okay, has everybody had a chance? Then can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the October 24th, 2023 ZON-2303 meeting minutes?
So moved.
Oh, seconded.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Pierce.
Yeah.
Ms. Foster,
Okay.
Mr. Vonador.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Do we have any more business before the commission?
That is the agenda for this evening.
All right, then I officially adjourn the meeting.
Thank you all for being here.